Hey everyone, Codex here. Today we are going to go over Elrond or Egld, just doing some technical analysis and taking a look at where Elrond would go over the next few weeks given the bearish momentum that we are currently experiencing. So if that's something you are interested in and you find these videos helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video and click on that bell icon so you get notified when I upload a new video. Also, make sure to join our Telegram channel and let's get into this one. So jumping straight into Elrond on the weekly time frame, the first thing that I want to talk about is the current drop that we are experiencing. And yeah, as of the time we are recording this, Elrond is down 76% from its top, from its all-time high, which is significant. And one thing to note is that we have lately talked about this blue line, which is the 50 weeks MA and its importance. And we said if Elrond can't hold the line and bounce back up from here like we did back in November of 2020 and also in the summer of last year, then we can't expect the rally to prevail and to continue. And unfortunately for us, Elrond couldn't manage to hold it here like it did in the past, which has led to another fall of about 39% from that line. Another thing to note is that this isn't an Elrond problem, it's the whole cryptocurrency asset being bearish and bleeding. The sentiment is overall pretty bearish around our space and even around the stock market, and the volume is super low as you can see right here. So you can't really expect us to move up with no volume. And you may be wondering, why is that important? Why is the volume so important? And one analogy that might make sense on why the volume is super important is that BTC and also Elrond in our case are currently fallen. They are currently on a hill, fallen down, okay? And as long as the volume is low, then we can't really push them back up. When you are on a hill, you just keep falling down unless something pushes you back up. And that's what's happening with Elrond, BTC and everything else. Now let's take a look at the Phoenix Ascending Indicator and the Bollinger Bands just to know if the momentum is still bearish and if we are due to further downside movements in the next few weeks, in the upcoming weeks. And yes, according to the indicator on the daily time frame, we might in fact see a short rise in the short term. Look, I'm not going to deny this. You have a possibility for another 10 to 15% move to the upside, even though there is a lot of work to be done by our blue LSMA and also red RSI, because if we really want to go up, these two need to go above 50 and currently they are way down, so it's really not going to be an easy task for them. However, there is still a chance, even though, as we said, there is a lot of work to be done if we want to go up. For me, this move that we are currently experiencing basically looks like the move we had back in the second week of January, where the price went 22% up and we called for a bear trap, and at the end the price ended up falling all the way down to $112 and everything looks similar to that move. The green line is starting to go up after its cross with the red RSI, which is in fact a bullish signal, but look, the red RSI and the blue LSMA are super far away from it, and that way if our price goes up, it will simply be super overextended, way too overextended, and will be subject to another pullback. Here we had it, the green line went up, which as we said is a bullish signal. However, the blue LSMA and red RSI stayed below the yellow line, which is the level of 50, so they couldn't really support it, and the day the energy started closing and going down, we started having our drop, and now it's basically the same thing. If the blue LSMA and red RSI go above the level of 50, then we are back on track. And please keep in mind, I'm saying if, because that's so important. If they go above the level of 50, then yes, we will have an upward pressure. However, if they don't and the energy starts closing like it did in here or also in here, it starts going down, then you might need to prepare yourself for another drop. Another thing I want to note is that you may not realize the difference between a 70 and an 80% drop, or between an 80 and a 90% drop. And a lot of people don't give that an importance. To them, 70 or 80% is basically the same thing. But that 10% difference is massive. An 80% drop from our all-time high, for example, will take us to $110. However, a 90% drop from our all-time high will take us to $55. Which is half of the number we would have if we fall 80%. And look, a 95% drop would even take us to $26. So if you think that the next drops won't be as brutal as this one, then you are completely wrong. Overall, what I'm trying to say right here is that the drop might not be over yet, since the sentiment is still bearish, and even if we go up 10 or 20% in the immediate short term, If you get a pump, that means nothing in the scheme of things. The overall situation is still looking bad, and until things change with Bitcoin and we see a rise with high volume, then we can't really say that Elrond will go up. So that was about it, guys, for today. I'm sorry if we seem pessimistic. We are just realistic and objective. We can make a video saying that EGLD will reach 10k by the end of the year to generate some views, but that's not the case. That's really not the case. Looking at our momentum now, things still look bearish. So we'll keep an eye on the Phoenix Ascending indicator. Thanks for sticking till the end. Don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a thumbs up and a comment. If you have anything to say, make sure to join our Telegram where you can get the risk models for free, and peace.